The great house of Collinwood is calm now, but it is a false calm, for in the neighboring village, a murder has been committed. The torn body lies in the Blue Whale Tavern, awaiting discovery. A vicious crime, committed by one who is not a man when the moon is full.
Dear?
No, not a dream.
What else could it be?
What's the matter? What happened?
It's Chris!
What's wrong with your brother?
He's...
He's all right, I'm sure.
No!
I'll tell you what. I'll go telephone him at his hotel. You'll see.
Please call him.
Now, what do you think has happened to your brother? Tell me. It will help you to forget it if you do.
Honest?
Try it and see.
I don't know what happened to him.
Are you sure?
I just saw him.
What was he doing?
He was in the dark. Out there. He was all alone. I couldn't see his face, but he was crying. I could tell. And he's too big to cry.
Amy, no one ever is.
Well, why was he out in the dark? Why was he crying? What would make him cry?
Hello, Collinsport Inn. Mr. Christopher Jennings, please. Well, he must be in. Please keep ringing. All right, thank you. No message.
He wasn't crying, Amy. You just imagined that he was.
No.
Amy, it happened in your mind.
But he was doing it. And don't tell me it was a dream again, because I wasn't asleep at all.
Well, it was a sort of a daydream then.
They can be real?
Yes. If you love someone very much, you can sense what's happening to them. I know that.
Then you believe me?
Of course I do, darling.
Did you talk to him? Did you? Is he all right? Is he?
He's fine. He was sorry you were upset and worried about him.
He was?
And you're not to anymore.
But I have no one else to worry about.
Well, yes, you have. You have Vicky and David and me. You have everyone here.
That's true. I never thought of that before.
Now, you get back into bed and get some sleep. Good night, dear.
Good night.
Come, I'll tuck you into bed and you can say your prayers all over again and pretend you're just going to sleep.
All right. I wish you'd kiss me good night.
Of course I will. Good night.
Good night.
To lie to the poor child, but what else could I do? I cannot understand where Christopher Jennings is. I must call him tomorrow and tell him about this. I think it would be a good idea to ask him for lunch, to have lunch with us. Just to reassure her. Oh, Vicky. Don't start thinking about Jeff tonight.
Do you see the time on his watch?
11:25.
That's the time he disappeared. I know because when I went to call Professor Stokes, I glanced at the clock. It was nearly that hour then.
It doesn't do any good to think about that.
Nearly that time then. Oh, it stopped the exact moment he disappeared. Why didn't I realize that before?
Vicky, does knowing this change anything?
It does, it does.
How?
Mrs. Stoddard, I know you won't believe this, but he never had this watch in this house. Yet I found it here. Oh, he's been in this room. He must have been. He left this watch as some kind of a sign to me. Oh, if only I could understand it. Why can't I understand it?
Vicky, I know advice isn't wanted, but I must beg you for your own sake. Think of yourself now. Your happiness in the future. You'll never be happy believing all this.
Wouldn't you if you were me?
Yes, I suppose I would. For a while, anyway. Well, good night, dear.
Good night.
Try to get some sleep. I wish there was something I could do.
You do enough just being here with me. Thank you. Jeff, are you here? Are you in this room, Jeff? If you are, please, please let me see you. Oh, Jeff, I miss you so. Please, please. Oh, you are here. You are.
Vicky, Vicky! Please, please, may I sleep with you tonight? Please? May I, please?
Oh, Jeff. Jeff.
You do not wish me to see Miss Winters. Is that it, Mrs. Stoddard?
Well, I wish it were as simple as that. I know she sent for you, but I'm afraid of what she's going to ask you to do.
Whatever it is, I shall be most happy.
No, please. Don't encourage her. She must forget Jeff Clark. You know that as well as I do. She must.
Why do you have a man's watch?
Don't play with that, darling. I'm sorry. It's just that it belonged to my husband.
It stopped.
Yes, I know.
You should wind it.
No.
Why? What's the point in having a watch if it's not going?
I have it because it's his. And because he wanted very much for me to keep it.
Vicky, I brought Professor Stokes here. I thought you'd have a better chance to talk to him without interruption.
Good evening, my dear. I was very sorry to hear about what happened.
I know you were, Professor.
He's funny.
I beg your pardon.
I like you.
Oh, my appeal extends to all ages now. Good.
Amy, this is Professor Stokes.
How do you do, Professor? Are you going to help with our lessons?
No, he isn't. But I'm going to help you with your arithmetic. Vicky says it needs lots of attention. Come on.
Goodbye, Professor.
Until we meet again. How early it gets dark at this time of year.
Do you feel a presence in this room, Professor? I'm getting so I can't tell anymore. I feel him with me constantly.
That must be a great comfort to you.
It is. And it isn't. Professor Stokes, I want to be with him. Oh, no, that's not right. I have to join him.
Why did you send for me? I am not a wizard, Miss Winters. I don't transport people through time.
I know that. Is he here, listening to us?
If he is here, I'm positive he'll give you a sign. A sign for you to forget all of this insanity.
He is loving, insane, Professor.
It has been known to be.
No, I won't accept that. You gave my husband something that last night. Something that made him know that he had lived before. Something that must have made him available to be called back.
I gave him 3 Indian herbs.
Will you give them to me?
No.
You must.
Must is a word I do not recognize. I can or I cannot. I wish to or I don't wish to.
Don't hide behind words, Professor.
What I gave your husband made him available to be called back, yes. But the herbs did not take him there. He belonged there.
And I belong with him. Let me try them.
No. No, they are much too dangerous.
I'll take all the responsibility. Look, I'll write it down now, that I forced you to give them to me. If Jeff gives you a sign, will you then?
Do you feel his presence in this room?
If you are here, tell him to help me. I know you want me with you. I know that. Make him help me.
I'm afraid, my dear Miss Winters, that if he is here, he feels as I do. Your place is here. Your time is now.
No, I meant to be with him.
The only way you can join him is to die.
Well, last night, remember?
I remember.
Well, I'll see you in the morning.
Will Vicky come kiss me goodnight?
Well, she's still with Professor Stokes, but she'll look in on you before she goes to bed. Good night, dear.
Good night. You crying? Who are you? Who?
Why won't you understand me? I was in the past. That's where I met him. I was not dead.
But you were in jail, being tried for witchcraft.
Yes.
You want to go back to that?
But surely I could go back to an earlier time.
And know what is ahead of you? He was hanged for murder. You know that, too.
Yes.
What kind of a life would the two of you have, knowing how it must end?
We could change it.
History? It's not so accommodating. You have seen his grave.
What can I? can I do? What?
You can forget about him.
No! must be some answer. There must be. Jeff, tell me what it is. Tell me.
Cannot tell you because he does not know. You must give him up, Vicky. You must give him up.
No! Never!
Vicky!
Never!
Vicky! Vicky!
Why are you called the Widows? Why? Tell me. Let me help you. Quentin? Quentin? Why won't you answer?
Vicky, what is it?
We haven't finished our talk yet, Miss Winters.
You're not going out tonight, not after all those awful attacks. Vicky, please.
Miss Winters, stay.
You must.
Please, Mrs. Stoddard.
Oh, Vicky, I can't let you.
I am not a child. Let me alone.
We must follow.
Did she ever talk to you that way before, Mrs. Stoddard?
No, of course not.
Then think of the reason she did now. Following her now can only cause trouble between you. At a time when she needs a friend.
There's an animal prowling around the town. There was a murder last night. Amy.
Did you come to say good night, Amy?
Do you hear them crying?
What are you talking about?
The Widows.
Widows.
Yes, outside. I opened my window and I heard them. Who are they?
Mrs. Stoddard, what does it mean?
There's a legend that when you can hear the widows on a stormy night, someone will die.
The only way you can join him is to die. To die. To die. To die. To die. To die.